Hello and welcome to this screencast on how to prepare your images for the Cafe system utilizing the free online application Pixler. So let's get to it. Pixler is not necessarily preferable to using Photoshop in the sense that it's slower and it's not quite as accurate a program, but it is free as opposed to the $400 or plus price tag of Photoshop. So we're going to hit the English button there to give us the English version of it, and now what we're going to do is open an image from our computer. So this is the image that I want to prepare for Cafe, so I'll open that, and it'll take just a moment because this is a web-based application for it to show up, and there it is. Now, what we can begin to do is we can begin to look at any sort of adjustments that we might need to make. Here I'm already cropped, so I don't need to crop my image. Other kinds of adjustments that you would find under the adjustment bar here would be things like the brightness and contrast. Typically you want to look at your levels, make sure your levels are in good shape, and that if your color doesn't match your original, you can play around with the curves until your image actually matches your original. Now, once that's all done, we can focus on preparing the image for Cafe in terms of its size. So let's go to image size. And what we want to do is we want to change, make sure that our constraint proportion box is checked, and then we want to change the longest proportion, in this case the height, to 1920. It needs to be exactly 1920 in order to be acceptable to the Cafe system, and so we'll set that, and we'll hit OK. Now, the Cafe system's a little persnickety in that it needs to be a square image and it needs to be 1920 by 1920. Here we've got a rectangle and I don't want to distort it to make it fit. So the way that we do that is we go up here to image again, we click that, then we go to canvas size, the one right below image size, and we want to set our width now also to 1920. Make sure that your anchor point is in the center. So we'll click that, and we'll click OK, and it's going to add some bits to the edges. Now, what you want to do is you want those edges to sort of go away, and the best way to do that is have those little bits be black. So what we'll do is we'll go to the paint bucket tool, we'll make sure that our color selection is black here, which it is, and then we'll fill, and fill again. And we are all set. It's all sized and ready to go. So what we can do now is we can download this from the web, because we're up on the web right now. We can download that back onto our computer by hitting save. Now here, what I want to make sure I do is, because the Cafe system does not recognize special characters, I want to make sure there's no special characters here. And I want to change it from what it was before so I don't overwrite my old file. So I want to put Cafe in here. I want to make sure I'm set at JPEG, which I am. And then I want to set my quality such that, and here we're going to try to set it all the way up as high as we can go, and we're going to see what kind of a number it gives us. And right now it's giving us 3622K, which is equivalent of 3.6 meg, which is way too high. We need to get that below 1.8. And now we're at 1.03, so let's maybe take it up to 95. Let's see where we end up. We are under 1.8 at 95. That looks like a good place for me. Let's go ahead and then download that to our computer. Again, we'll double check, make sure everything looks good here. It does. It's going to go onto our desktop, and we save the image. And that's all there is to it. So now that image is prepared and ready to go be uploaded to Cafe. We'll cover that now in the next tutorial, how to upload your images onto the Cafe system. Thanks, and good luck on entering the show. Bye-bye.